What's going on, y'all? It's your boy devkonn. We are back with a brand new, very special NBA 2K video, man. We have the addition of Rajon Rondo to the build roster. One of my favorite point guards ever.
My favorite point guard, Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul, man. What's up, man? Who? You ain't Chris Paul?
Nah, who are you?
Of course, I'm going to show you some gameplay, some clips. And of course, I'm going to be talking about, just passing 101, man. We're going to be talking about the current state of passing in NBA 2K. We'll talk about like passing styles. Of course, I'll be showing you guys the build, but this time around, it is a little bit different, man. We got the logo, and if you do not know what that means, it means that we were lucky enough to get one of our builds in the community build section of NBA 2K. So thank you to 2K. And right here, man, you guys see my name, devkonn, right here. Shout out to 2K, man, for getting their creators involved. We have a Rondo build here, so I really don't even have to show you guys how to make it because you can go in here and see it yourself. I did a little bit of more testing, with high pass accuracy post-patch because we all know the passing lanes were just absolutely busted. So having those nerfed definitely helps a lot. I feel like passing just needed a huge buff. I feel like 99 pass accuracy had no chance against an 85 steal. But man, let's go ahead and check out the build. And if you guys do decide to make this build, you can actually go in here and customize it. You can change a couple things. Something that is very cool, you guys will actually get my signature animations if you make this build. The ones that I sent to the 2K team, I feel like were the best ones. So yeah, if you make this build, you literally get all the animations I already have. We have an 80 driving layup, which I know Rondo, he was a pretty good finisher around the rim, but unfortunately layup is not one of those things where I feel like there is any kind of attribute gap. Like, it just feels like layups are so easy to make this year, especially if you're using low risk or real player percentage on your layup. Looking at the shooting here, I know Rondo's not a crazy shooter. My shooting's probably a little bit too good to be Rondo, but like being a point guard in NBA 2K, you kind of have to modify it a little bit. You don't want to be coming in here not being able to shoot. If you just cannot score, you're kind of just a liability. Just be able to hit your wide open shots. Let's talk about what's the most important thing on this build. Our pass accuracy is on 96, and we are able to get Hall of Fame Bailout, Hall of Fame Break Starter, which is like not too important, and Hall of Fame Dimer. You guys will see my cap breakers. I'm just going to show my cap breakers to you guys, but I put 2 on my pass accuracy. So we do get Legend Dimer on stock. We also get Hall of Fame Versatile Visionary. So I currently have a 98 pass accuracy just because of my cap breakers. We do get 1 more in the season 2 pass now. So if you hit level 40, you get 1 more attribute. You can throw that into whatever you'd like. And they did buff the shooting, I think, a little bit. That's what people are saying. So, having Legend Dimer now feels much more useful because more people are hitting their shots. So, if you are a really good passer, you have Legend Dimer, you have pretty decent teammates. I mean, it's going to be hard to miss, especially with the addition of rhythm shooting. But yeah, moving on from the passing, I think high pass accuracy will be very good moving forward in NBA 2K, which is great to see. Speed of ball is on 91, so we do get lightning launch on Hall of Fame. Interior defense is on 65, and interior defense, in my opinion, should be meta. If you have high interior defense on a guard, especially at this size, is very useful. I know some people struggle like with the interior defense and stuff. Just guard on guard, specifically, you get stops most of the time. It's cheap as dirt. If you have some leftover points and you can upgrade your interior, I highly recommend it. Perimeter defense is on 87. I put 3 of my cap breakers into my perimeter defense to get that on 90, which gets us gold pick dodger. Looking at our steal rating, we do have it on 91. So we get gold glove and gold interceptor. Now beyond that, we have a rebounding just max all the way out. Just because Rondo, he is one of those guys that would hustle, get you offensive rebounds, which is possible on this build. I know a lot of you guys are going to think I'm crazy. If you're going against a weaker big man, you're playing against guards that don't box out, it happens a lot. Current takeover, we do have Midi Maestro, which gives us a disgusting mid-range shot. We get that to level 4. We do get a 97 mid-range on this build. And getting takeover now post-patch, I'm not sure if they're going to update it, but it is a lot easier. And currently my badge setup right now, I have a Versatile Visionary in Hall of Fame due to my cap breakers. So I'm using it on Legend. But let's talk about this badge for a second. I won't say there's a huge difference between Hall of Fame and Legend. Like, it's just so hard to dig deep and study passing badges, but I'd say there's a gap between bronze and silver. Silver and gold feel kind of similar. Legend, I just don't know because I usually make the right pass most of the time anyways. I usually don't throw crazy passes. I mean, I do sometimes. I don't know what I'm talking about, but obviously you guys will see, like, in my gameplay, I'm throwing pretty tight passes. You're not going to be able to get away with most of that stuff with bronze. In my opinion, what it would be nice to see is for them to implement a new passing badge, which I don't think is going to happen this year. Obviously, the game's out. I think there just has to be one more thing that makes 99 pass accuracy worth it. But, implementing a new passing badge, because we only get, I think, 4, right? If I'm correct. In my opinion, right now, this is a decent badge. But if you're making the right passes and the right reads, you really don't need it past silver, to be honest, because the rest of it, like gold, Hall of Fame, or legend, or whatever, like most of the rest of it's just going to bail you out. It is a really fun badge. I just don't know how useful it is once you get into more competitive games. In my opinion, this is a more luxury, fun type badge. There are some things that make high pass accuracy interesting. I'm looking at 2 badges when it comes to passing. Bailout is really good this year. Actually, a lot more useful than ever thanks to the lovely NBA 2K lab. We can see the bailout catch percentage. So you see none, 34%, bronze, 59%. Which is a huge jump. Getting bailout at the minimum at bronze at, I believe, 85 pass accuracy is worth it, because that is a 25% difference in catch percentage. Silver is okay, and then you kind of see smaller jumps here, like only 3% from gold to Hall of Fame. But legend, there is an 85% chance that you will catch it. So yeah, it's really good this year, especially because the way shooting is now, since people are struggling to shoot, people are okay with leaving their man open. So, a lot of the times, the dude in the corner or whoever is going to try to help on defense all the time, especially those people with high block ratings that are just block chasing all the time. Bailout is probably the best playmaking badge this year, in my opinion. Legend, Dimer. Like I said, there was a shooting buff. At least that's what people are saying, or people feel like there was. So, having that extra boost for Legend Dimer on top of that, and the way the contest system works this year, and rhythm shooting, like you're going to be able to get a lot of assists. It's going to be able to make everybody on your team much, much better as a shooter. I'm usually the only one that has like Hall of Fame or Legend Dimer. So, I don't get to test it out myself shooting the ball, but I know from just playing with other people, it is also really good. Dimer is always going to be a good badge, especially because on this build, it is a tier 2 badge. So like you can get your easy max +1 on that. So yeah, high pass accuracy. There are sweet spots. I feel like 89 pass accuracy or 91 is definitely the way to go. And then anything beyond that is just for fun. Definitely feel like it is a minor downgrade from last year, but I think we could be seeing some buffs in the future potentially, and we just did get a nerf to passing lane steal. So passing right now, it's in a pretty good state. But what I am going to do, I'm going to make my own tier list. I've never done this before. I don't really know how to work this website, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the passing style. They're important, but like decision making is going to be way more important than any animation. As long as you just don't have on the absolute dog water ones, like you're fine. These are all the ones I've tried out. I have not tried out Damian Lillard, Kyrie, and Anthony Edwards. But let's start here with fundamental, by far the worst one in the game. It is extremely slow. Please do not use the fundamental passing style unless you like to throw the ball to the other team. Moving on from that, Jason Williams. Last year, I think I would put it up here. It was fun. It still is very fun. It's still the most fun in the game. However, just effectiveness, it's not that good. The only thing that's stopping him from being in D tier is the fact that his animations are so cool. Sabonis, just because of the value for what it is, you get at 75. It's very nice. So yeah, it's just solid. Chris Paul, an A, but he's just barely making it over the B tier, but he is an A tier. Ja Morant is like okay, but it's definitely behind Sabonis in my opinion. It gets the job done. Jokic, he's gonna go in front of Jason Williams, but he's in C tier, mainly because of his break starter passes. Like he does a weird two-handed one where he kind of like just jumps. It does result in a turnover a lot of the time. However, his passing in the post, like of course it's Jokic, is really good. He has really good, from like corner to corner passes. I would put him in the B tier, like behind all these guys, but that one break starter pass is just like such a pain in the butt. Magic Johnson, once again, very fun. I think his bounce passes are really good. His regular pass animations, I just don't like too much, but his bounce passes are really good. And I'm not saying any of these are horrible. There's just better options. But LeBron, I'm actually going to put him in A tier. Gets the job done. I have never had any problems with his passing style over the last 2 years. Now, De'Aaron Fox will also go here over his own teammate. Really good budget option. If you have 78 pass accuracy, considering the value, I'm actually going to move it. I think I will move it up here. I don't know if it's just my experience with it, but I've never had any problems with his passing style. All right, now we have Luka, right? The brand new passing style, 94. We're like, oh man, it costs 94 pass accuracy. It has to be crazy. It has to be up here. I guess I'll put him over Magic. His bailout success rate is the best. So, just for that, I think I'm actually going to move him up here, but he's still back here. For how expensive it is, it's not that good. Now, Steph Curry, I really like Steph. I'm actually going to put him right here. He probably has the best behind the back, flashy. He probably has, the best bounce pass animations out of all these guys. Moving on from that, we have this guy, Paulo Banchero. To be honest, he's not great. I'm going to put him back here. Maybe I'm putting him too high, but for a 70 pass accuracy, it's really good. I think I'm actually going to put him down here. Mike Conley, another great passing style. I genuinely feel like should be up here. I don't have too much to say about it, just good all around. LaMelo, I have a problem with a couple of his animations, like his one-hand wind-up. His bailout animations are pretty good. I think I'll put him right here. He could go in front of Sabonis, but Sabonis is so solid for, what it is at 75. So, that's why he's up here, just because of the value. Just considering that there. But yeah, LaMelo's not horrible. Trae Young, once again, I think falls into this category, but I feel like he's not exactly up here. I'm actually going to switch these guys. I'm going to switch these guys here. Yeah, that's probably better. I like Trae, but he's not, super elite, but Trae's is pretty solid. So, and now this guy, he is on an island by himself. And this is what we are waiting for. We are waiting for a competitor. Honestly, there should be an empty gap here. I should move all these guys down and just have him up here, because that is just how great his passing style is. I've had success doing every possible thing with his passing style. This guy, man, he's on a plane by himself. I really don't have much else to say here. A huge thank you to 2K once again for the logo, blessing me once again. If you guys have not checked out my Rajon Rondo, mixtape, go ahead and check that out. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. If you have any more questions, please let me know. There's a lot to talk about. I could sit here and talk all day, but hopefully you gained something out of this video. Hopefully I helped you a little bit, whatever it may be. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video.